that there's a world full of possibilities out there, and you only get one ride on this planet, and you kind of have to try different things before you know who you truly are inside. And then maybe next Thanksgiving we can all do mushrooms together. And if anybody didn't like that joke, I just question how much you really love your mom and You guys ready to start this show tonight? You seem like all right. Your first comic coming to the stage. He's been doing stand-up and improv in this city for 15 years. He's a very, very funny man. You're gonna love him. Give it up for Mr. Dave Stinton, everybody.
Trust jelly. It's like having a sandwich spit in your mouth. Good evening. So guys, I got engaged last year. And I love my fiancée very much, but I have to say it's a little annoying when she watches sports with me. Because she's always asking me questions about what's going on. She'll be like, wait, who is that? And I'll say, that's the pitcher, sweetheart, we've discussed this. And she'll say, he's on a 120 pitch count, why is he going back out in the 7th inning? Shouldn't they put in Gonzalez? Isn't it exactly why we traded for him? And I'll say, I assume he's going to throw that ball as fast as he can. So that other man won't hit it with a stick. Not a jock at all. But I did play a little t-ball in grade school. So, my coach was fond of telling us, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, everyone dies alone. We were a glum team. But it is tough talking to kids, I think. Since as I mentioned, I am a grown-up now, I see the challenges. Like we say to our 13-year-old boys, don't pick on the awkward, gangly girl, because you're going to be begging her for a date one day. She's going to blossom into a beautiful swan. And yes, it's a lie, but it's a benevolent lie, you know? As grown-ups, we know how it works. The ugly kids stay ugly. Look to the story of the ugly duckling. How did the ugly duckling avoid saying ugly? Does anyone know? He was a swan. The ugly duckling got out of being ugly by never having been a duckling in the first place. The message is clear. Little kid, you're pretty ugly, but maybe you can hold on to that hope that you're not actually a little kid. Maybe you're a sunset over a Tuscan vineyard. Once that gets sorted out, people will love you. So, the other day I had the biggest Freudian slip. Sorry, not Freudian slip. Erection. That's where my mind is. Are you guys familiar with the popcorn trick? The popcorn trick. Yeah? Okay. For the rest of you who aren't Lotharios, the popcorn trick is a seduction tactic wherein you invite a lady to the movies and you have a hole in the bottom of the popcorn bag. You slide yourself in and you wait patiently as your lady friend makes her way down to you to your mutual delight. The other day, I tried this with a cup of coffee. The movie was sold out. We went to Starbucks. You get burned sometimes. I actually don't go out to the movies in the theater much anymore, because you know who I hate more than anyone else in the world? My fellow man. early in the run, so there's fewer crowds, and this is how I went to see Ratatouille. You guys know Ratatouille? Great Pixar movie, animated film, came out a few years ago. When I went to see that, it was so late in the run that I was the first person to show up. I walked into the theater and it was empty. It's like, this is fantastic. I can pick exactly the seat I want at the perfect angle of the screen, and I nested there. I got my box of dots and my box of Whoppers, and I'm just in heaven. And the minutes are ticking by, and I'm realizing no one else has walked in. I might be seeing this movie by myself in the theater. That would be awesome. I had never pulled that off before. I could fantasize that I'm some eccentric millionaire with my own private movie theater, or there's been some sort of plague outbreak and all of the dream is shattered when in walks a family of three. It's a dad and his two little girls, and I watch as, inevitably, row by row, seat by seat, they make their way directly in front of me and sit down. This is a giant room filled with empty chairs, and they plant themselves directly in front of me, so my day is ruined. It's just destroyed. And the dad turns to the kids and says, okay, Amber, apricot, I'm gonna go and get us some candy. You girls stay here and be safe, okay? And the dad leaves. And I'm just seething with hatred at these two little ponytails in front of me, just loathing them until it dawns on me just how creepy I must look. At this moment, I am an adult, male, in my 30s, by myself, at a children's movie. With a lap full of candy, staring at these two little girls. I want to chemically castrate me. And I'm even angrier at the dad because he took one look at that picture and said, yeah, that should be fine. So I was so uncomfortable I ended up moving back a couple rows. I gave up my precious seat that I was so excited about snagging for myself. It was that or murder those two children. Those were the only two ways I could think to break the tension that had developed. I should have killed those kids. They make a mistake printing postage stamps so that part of the design is upside down. And those stamps are worth $1 million each. But you make a mistake approaching an interracial couple at a diner. And you ask the woman, is this guy bothering you? And you're an asshole. So it's 2012, guys. Can you believe that? Happy New Year. How's it treating you so far? Are you excited for 2012? Woo! You've had a few days to get used to Mr. January on your sexy fireman calendar. You guys have a sexy fireman calendar?
Yes.
Yes? Can I ask you a question about it? Why firemen precisely?
They're hot.
Yes.
Big
no,
hoses.
That's true. I can't deny that they're hot. That's definitely. You just have to look at them and they're hot. But here's why I'm asking. I think every American industry has its fair share of hot guys in it, but there's no sexy investment bankers calendar. There's no sexy beekeepers calendar. It's very specifically firemen, and the reason it unnerves me a little bit is that I think it has something to do with 9/11. I've kind of lost track over the last decade or so, but I think it's 9/11 porn, and this is frustrating to me because one of the things I was very proud of is that as a society, we got through that terrible day without creating a lot of porn about it. But I think this kind of slipped past all of us. I'm trying to make myself feel better about the fact that this exists, and this is the best I can do. As porn goes, it's altruistic. The romance of a fireman is that he rushes into danger in the service of others. Investment bankers don't do that. Beekeepers do, but on a much smaller scale. So, maybe it's simply a matter of helping people being sexy. It's sexy to help people, right? It's not some sort of atrocity fetish that people have. It's an elevation of heroism, right? Guys, I haven't slept in like 5 days thinking about this. I need you to tell me it's all right. Is it all right? Yeah, we'll see. So, you're not supposed to hit a guy with glasses. And you're not supposed to hit a girl. So, I think you're fine hitting a girl with glasses. Because it's a double negative. Is there a sexy fireman on that Mayne calendar? I can't decipher the glyphs. I'm sorry, we were talking about my fiance and I totally got sidetracked. I spent the holidays with my fiance in North Carolina. And I found myself one morning jogging around this little pond. And there's a lot more wildlife in North Carolina than there is here, mainly in bird form. And so, as I'm jogging, there's birds everywhere, and they're just skittering out of my way. They're terrified of me. It's pathetic. Birds started out as dinosaurs, and look at them. We started out as apes, and we parlayed that into being, well, look for yourself. So I'm jogging around this little pond, and the birds are just partying in front of me like the Red Sea, and I'm feeling on top of the food chain, and then I round the bend and I encounter a swan. Lithe, graceful motherfucker of the waterfowl world. You come upon a swan on a jogging trail, and it does this. Oh, do you need to get past me? And you're like, I don't want any trouble. I was just... And all the other birds come out and have to try to high-five the swan, and the swan's just like, get the fuck away from me. That swan is pretty cocky since it found out it's not a duck. Another difference between birds and humans. In the bird world, it is the male that's more colorful and decorated for the purpose of attracting a mate. That's not true of people. It's the women who get all made up and wear the sparkly tops and the vajazzled or whatever that stuff is. It's very much the realm of women in the human world. But the birds, I mean, it's the guys. Like, I say cardinal. And what comes to mind? Besides Catholicism, I get it, you're devout, and now you're thinking of Albert Pujols. Guys, he's not even a cardinal anymore, he's an Anaheim. And now everyone's thinking how hilarious it is that there's a guy named Pujols. Yes, that's very funny. Will you grow up for a second and try to tell you something? I say cardinal, and you imagine this gorgeous fire engine red specimen of a bird. That's the dude. That is the male cardinal you're thinking of. Have you ever seen a female cardinal? Neither have I. Nobody has. They're not worth looking. In the cardinal world, it's the female that's like, sup? And that's true of any bird you can think of. It's true of the cardinal, the blue jay, the peacock. Will you grow up? You've heard the word peacock before. I'm not talking about a 5-year-old. It's true of the peacock. the bush tit, the nuthatch, the blue-footed booby, the yellow-scroted butt warbler, the long-tailed pap smear, the shitwing, the gray-crested fuck buddy, the fart hen, the speckled granny panty, the nut-punching cock tease. Beautiful males, all these species. The orange-crested anal lozenge, the northeastern orange-crested anal lozenge, the 69osaurus rex, the finch, nut puffins, but any other bird you can think of. And I have to admit, as a male of the species myself, this is kind of embarrassing to see these men of the bird world mixing around in their colorful feathers and their majestic crests and their beautiful songs. I want to be pretty. Why is that not masculine that I want to be pretty? But I can't pull it off. I have this face that literally grows hair if I leave it unattended. What kind of body is this? I lumber around with this mutant upper body strength, this ugly lump on my neck, and this thing, nobody likes that. I just want to be beautiful, like a fart hen. And I know I never will be. Thank you for letting me talk to you about birds.
One more time for Dan Stinton, please.
Dave
Oh,
Stinton.
he's so funny. You guys are an awesome crowd. Keep this energy going. I don't have to tell you to keep it going because you know you're here for Dan Telfer. He's about to come up in just a second. And I am just honored that he asked me to host this show. He's one of my favorite performers to watch in the city. You know him, you love him.